Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vani, and if you're new here, welcome back to this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, oh, the 150 of you guys, you bless my heart. Thank you so much for always keeping up with me, keeping up with my shenanigans and all the things. Now today is an interesting story, so let me just put you guys on here. Let me see. Yeah, that is better. So guys, you remember in my previous vlogs, I think when you go down, if you've not watched it, please go and watch it. In my previous vlogs, I had moved into a new house, a very beautiful new house. I mean, I love this house, honestly. Let me just give you a 360 of the house as at now, so that you just get to see what I'm talking about. So that is the situation. Don't worry, I'm giving you all the story. So that is the situation of my house. It's beautiful. You see how it looks. That is my house. That is the situation we are dealing with here. And this is the living room. I have my TV here. The TV is down. My mirror, guys, my mirror broke. So we have that, and on this other side we have that and the bathroom over there. If you've not watched my vlog, you may as well wanna watch it. So guys, see how beautiful the house is. Like, I was so lucky to get this house, and that, like, the rent fit well into my pockets. I didn't mind. So about a month ago, stima ilianza kusumbua. The electricity was in the pits, and then tukaanza, like, it was coming inaenda 3 days inapotea, and then it comes back. 2 days inapotea, it comes back. And surprisingly, it wasn't an entire area or say estate where I live. It was only this particular apartment and maybe the next one. So I was like, oh. And then backstory, when I entered this house, there wasn't any formal paperwork for a very beautiful and nice apartment as this. I'm not gonna sit here and say, because I loved the house so much, that's why I took it. So for a very beautiful modern house like this, I'd expect that there is a lease, an agreement thereabout, or whatever. So when we came to search for this place, I was with my friend, and we were just told how much the rent was, how you're gonna pay, things like that. Like, just a normal plot or flat procedure of getting into a house. Now, that was the first biggest red flag. But at that time, I was like, I didn't know. And then it was my first time moving out. So there was no form of agreement, no formal communication. So that it was only, you get in, the rent is like this, you pay deposit plus rent as per usual. And then water is like this, electricity is like this, tokens and all that. So we entered the house and it was good. The first few months, I entered this house in December 2024. It was fantastic, and I mean fantastic. So fast forward to around February now, when the electricity problem starts, and I am very frustrated. I call my boyfriend and I tell him, oh, this place is annoying me. Like, it was very annoying at that time, but I was like, okay, let me just give it some time. Maybe the landlord, these issues, the landlord will sort it out and all that. So I left it at that. So it was sorted out kidogo, and for like 2 weeks electricity was not a problem in this house, in this apartment, that is. And then we were all relaxed again. So after those 2 weeks, now I had a business. You saw my business. That's a story for another day. So I had a business pay bill. So when I transitioned from my physical location to like mobile, I didn't remove the pay bill. Like I was doing the mobile services and still using my pay bill for my clients. So all the money that I was using, and my rent was being paid by that particular business. So I would load the money into the business account, and then now I pay rent using the business. Now the business account wasn't in my name. I used Loop. So if I pay a bill, it will come as Loop and not as Vani. So I paid rent and deposit I paid the rent and deposit in November, and then in December, January, February, I paid rent using the accounts, the business accounts details. So come February, the caretaker of this place comes and tells me they haven't received money from me and they needed those messages so that they can look on their side. I said, okay. I sent him the reference M-Pesa messages, all of them via WhatsApp, and then it was good. 2 weeks later, I'm at work and I get messages, I get calls, I get voice messages from my caretaker. Ananigombanisha, like he was really raising his voice at me with the voice messages and the voice notes, asking me, where is the rent? I haven't paid rent. I've been living here rent free. And I'm like, what are you saying? And then previously, I had received so many calls, but my phone was in DND, so I didn't receive calls. Apparently, the landlord, that is the landlady, she's a woman. Let me just use landlord because that is what's easy on my mouth. So the landlord had called me, but I missed it because I didn't have their number. I was operating with the caretaker all this while. So the caretaker texts me, Gombanisha, where's the rent? You can't see any rent, any payment, where's the water payment, where's blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, relax. What is... So I didn't know all these calls were from. So I find this particular number 0722 blah 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 has called me a couple of times, and I say to myself, this must be serious. Let me just call back. So I call back, and it's just that woman. She says, am I speaking with Vani? Yes. Do you live in Leo residence? Yes. Okay, so there is a name. Are you the one who pays rent? Because rent, yeah, 1 bedroom here was this and this amount, and like I think the others have their names, and then now me, I do not have their name. So she says, are you the one paying rent with the name coming as Loop? I said, yes, I'm the one. So akasema, just send me all the references, because we were wondering, the name is registered under Vani, but the rent is paid with Loop. So there was some kind of confusion. So I said, okay, and tumemalizana hapo. Akasema, sawa, next time when I pay rent, I just forward the message. So I said, okay, fine. Tukamalizana hapo. Tell me why this caretaker still insists on texting me, insulting me, threatening me. It came to a point he even threatened me that, you know what, you have to leave that house. If you can't pay rent, leave that house. The madam is very angry and you'll cause me to lose my job. And I'm like, yo, I sent you all the messages. You only had to send them to your madam so that they can track the transactions. So, or trace the transactions. So now I'm very pissed because of those messages that I have received. So I think he doesn't know that I've already spoken to his madam, and he continues to bash me, to, raise his voice at me, threatening me. And I'm like, are you threatening me? And it's not like I have lived here rent free. It's not like I have missed even 1 month. I haven't even missed to pay a water bill. The only rent arrears for water I had was 600, which was for that particular month. And I knew I'm gonna pay with my rent, because normally I paid my rent on the 10th, and the water bill was supposed to come earlier, maybe on the 5th or something. So I knew I would pay the water bill plus the rent. So like I didn't pay. So she comes. I'm sorry, let me just shut this because of the noise. Okay, so it's I'm like, you know what, do not text me. I have spoken to your madam, please do not text me. And I will leave the premises. I will, like, I know at the back of my mind, I know that is maybe ignorance, but at the back of my mind, I knew in Kenya, people sit with these normal apartments, these areas, normal areas, let me say ghetto for lack of a better word, but I don't know, like these suburbs, I don't know what word to use, but I mean these not very urban areas, you get. I know if you want to leave a house, you give a 1 month's notice and then you sit on the deposit and then now you leave the house. But for this one, I told them, okay, after they have threatened me, that is. So I told them, okay, I'm gonna leave the house, I'm gonna need my refund, or I'm gonna sit on the deposit next month. And then yeah, so I think the caretaker forwards that message to my landlord, and then the next morning that landlord texts me. Oh my god, if I can show you the screenshots, I don't know if I have them. Did I delete them? Where's my phone? I will check if I have them. But she texts me in caps. And in a normal customer service institution, when you text people, or phone etiquette, when you text people in caps, meaning you're shouting at them, it's not always cashiers. So she texts me in caps saying, what deposit, the deposit is non-refundable, you cannot sit on it either, so the deposit will be used to paint the house. And I'm like, what are you telling me? Okay, I didn't want to say this, but I have handled tenants because my mom is a landlord also. So I have handled those tenants. So I know what the constitution says about tenant landlords usual. So I go on and tell her, section blah 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 of the constitution says blah 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 blah. So what are you telling me? Like, what are you telling me? You didn't inform me, not by word of mouth, not by any agreement on paper. No, yani there was nothing, and now you're telling me when I want to move, after you people have threatened me that I cannot sit on my deposit and I cannot and the deposit cannot refunded to me. And then I go, I will need a refund or I will sit on the deposit. And then she goes, oh no, that's on text, And then she goes, oh, the money is gonna, you haven't even paid for the water 600, you haven't even paid for the water, the rent is non-refundable, you cannot sit on it, it will be used to paint the house and repair the house for any damages. And I'm like, sis, your house is as you gave me. I do not even spend much time in my house. Most of the time I'm either at work or at my boyfriend's, and when I'm in the house, I'm sitting on my couch watching a movie, or I am sleeping in my bed. So, and I am a girl, I like nice things, so there's no way I'm gonna like have writings on the wall, I live alone. Like, make it make sense. And then when I entered this house, it wasn't painted. Like, I could clearly see, even the caretakers were living inside here, and I could clearly see it has not been painted. So I entered while it wasn't painted. I didn't even mind. And now you're telling me that my deposit, and I'm telling you, this rent of here is not little money. I promise you, it's not the regular 1 bedroom rent fees. And so you're not telling me that all that money is gonna go into painting the house, because I haven't drilled holes. Okay, that was a lie, but I told her I haven't drilled any holes, blah blah blah. But I only mounted my TV, so I have to deal with that. So it goes on and on. Oh my god, I'm even so tired. Let me take a breather. Okay. So we go on and on, back and forth. She's sending me, oh, here's my phone. Let me see if I can find those messages. Here, I think I'll just put a screenshot. So we go on and on. I needed to save this so that when worse comes to worse, I'll just need it. You can't sit. So this is what she said. You can't sit on any deposit. Please, this is information everyone is sent. Already you owe me 600 bob. And I'm like, what information? You didn't even give me that information, neither by word of mouth or by like on paper agreement. And I'm like, bitch, what are you saying? Are you trying to rob me? In this time and age, in this economy of Wakasongo? Oh my god. So yeah, and I'm like, I call my boyfriend. I'm really angry. Like, I am angry because I know what you're doing is not right and what I'm telling you is right. So I am very angry, and most of the time when I think here there is too much noise, so I'm kind of distracted. Let me just go back here. So most of the time when I am faced with circumstances like that, I tend to just cry it out and cry it out. But for this one, I didn't cry because I knew I wasn't in the wrong. That was last month. I just paid rent for last month. Now coming to between 10th March and 10th April. So, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna move. And then she says, I told her I'm gonna move and I'm gonna need my rent, my deposit back, or I will sit on it. And then she calls me. She says, Vani, what's the problem? Let me just close this door. She goes, Vani, what's the problem? Like, make me understand. And I tell her, you are the problem. You and your caretaker are the problem. You come to me, shouting at me, that are making me look like I haven't paid. I've been sitting here rent free. Well, you could have just come, ask me, you know what, we do not see your name with the rent, whatever. Could you please provide M-Pesa messages or something that we can trace the transactions or the rent fee? But instead you came shouting, accusing me, all the sorts, and she was like, you know, their caretaker is not learned. You should just understand. You look like a learned person. So, and I'm like, now you know I'm learned. But so if I wasn't learned, that is how you would treat me. So she's like, oh, don't worry, the caretaker is also afraid of losing his job, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, that doesn't cut it. It is just cashiers. If you do not know, you do not know me, you do not know how I live or if I am a scam or a genuine person. So you should give me the benefit of doubt first. You should give everyone benefit of doubt before they prove unless they prove otherwise. So she's like, oh, sorry, blah, 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 blah. We go on and on. She explains, oh, the tenant that were here, she had trauma, bad experience with the previous tenants. They were living in a 2-bedroom house while paying 1-bedroom rent. And I'm like, that is none of my business. You cannot treat me based on the experience you had with your previous tenants, whom I do not even know about. I do not know about these people. Like, I have never met them, And she goes, oh, she's sorry. She even doesn't want me to move, blah, blah, blah. And I ask about the electricity. What about the electricity? Oh, they had issues with, I don't know, KPLC, but it's being sorted out. I said, okay, because for a time there, the electricity wasn't a problem. So I said, okay, I will think about not moving out. And then she hangs up the call. But she says, if I want to move out, I'll just make sure all the repairs are done, and she will refund my deposit. All the repairs are done. The house is as they gave me, and I paint. But I'm like, I didn't paint the house, so I do not have to paint it. Or she goes, the house was painted, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I can't deal with you. So immediately I call my boyfriend and I tell him, oh, they have said this and this and this and this and this. And then my boyfriend asks, so what's your plan? Do you want to move out? Do you want to not move out? And I'm like, I don't want to stay here. I do not want, I'm just over this place now. But remember, I am at work. All the people who could help me to find a house are at school, my sisters and brothers. So I do not have anywhere to look for a house. I am at work, I am busy. So that is 2 weeks ago. And I had given notice. So at that point, I have given notice that I do not want to live here. The way they threatened me is the way I'm gonna live. So later on, after I think a week, electricity problem starts, and she comes. No, it goes. We didn't have electricity for I think a whole week. Now all my food stuff in the fridge is spoiled. Like everything is spoiled, and I'm so frustrated. That time I couldn't even live in this house because as much as I like the dark, I also love light. Like the convenience of just switching it on and off. When I want to cook, I will be lazy if there is no electricity. So my house would not be clean, I wouldn't cook, and all that. So I decide, you know what, I can't stay here. So I go to my boyfriend's place and I stay there a couple of days. When I get back, there is no electricity again. I go back, I come. And I'm like, I texted the landlady and I told her, you know what, I thought about it. With this electricity, I cannot live here. So I'm gonna need that deposit refunded. And I will do all the repairs that needs to be done. You send your people or your fundis to come inspect the house, and then I will leave. But because you have already showed me that living is a problem and the deposit is non-refundable, whatever, I am not gonna leave until you pay my deposit. Normally, if there was an agreement, I would leave and then the deposit is paid back after 2 weeks. But because we did not have any agreement, no mode of communication, neither formal or non-formal, informal, I am not leaving here without my deposit. And I told her that. And she said, okay. And then she says, okay, you will just tell another. Now there are 2 caretakers, the rude one and the other one is soft-spoken. So I go, you'll tell blah 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 to inspect the house when you want to move, and say okay. So now it's 2 weeks to 7 days to when I'm supposed to move out, my friend. Have I searched for a house? No. Have I gotten a house? No. Am I supposed to leave? Yes. Eh. So we start with the errands. So I find friends. They're not around. I go. We start looking for a house. So we look for a house. We go to Kasarani. We go to not Miki. We go to Ruiru, Kawa West, uko inaitwaje, because I am so conversant with Thika Road, so I do not want to live outside Thika Road. We go to Mirema, the houses are very expensive. We go to uko Maziwa, the houses are very expensive. Why are you telling me that 1-bedroom house is 28,000 shillings? We go to what's it called? I forget. Kamiti Road, Jacaranda. There is no house. Northern Bypass. They are very expensive and small. We didn't get a house. So my boyfriend is like, you know what? Like, summer is more convenient. It's even more convenient for me to come. It's very much convenient. So just stay in like summer. So the next day, that day we didn't find a house. The next day we try again. Now we come to where I live. And we're like, okay, we'll search. We search. We do not find a house. The next day I go with my friend. We search. We do not find a house. The next day I take my friend again. We go back to Kasarani. We go back. At this point, because I have a budget, so I do not want to go over my budget. So I am looking for a nice house, and if they're way above my budget, I'd rather look for a bedsitter that fits inside my budget as well. So we try. We didn't get a house. And then my friend says, now what are you going to do? And then he suggests that I take things at home. And then after I take things at home, I just look for a house now, pole, without rush. So I said, okay, let me just call my mom. But let me just call my mom and then move fast forward, because that is a story for another day, that is a story that I'm not ready to share yet. So we talk with my mom, blah blah blah, we end things. And then on that day, a friend of mine from work tells me, in my apartment there are very nice bedsitters and there are this much. So I said, oh, that's nice. I will come check them out. So that evening, I start crying because now I do not find a house. It's 3 days to when I'm supposed to leave this house. I do not find a house. So I really cry. I cry. And my boyfriend tells me, why are you crying? It's 3 days too. Why are you crying? And now I think he got a little bit frustrated. Now he's angry at me because I'm crying. And he says, you are crying and I'm literally here. And then he tells me not to worry. But me, in my mind, at the back of my mind, I'm so worried. I am so worried. So I say, I go to work, and then the next time I go to that friend's apartment where they said they had a vacant. Tell me why, tunafika hapo, tunaambiwa, hiyo nyumba imechukuliwa. Another friend of mine tells me they have a vacant. Tunafika hapo, hiyo nyumba imechukuliwa. Another one tells me again, they have a vacant house in the apartment. Tunafika hapo, hiyo nyumba imechukuliwa. Now I'm frustrated. I call my boyfriend. I tell him, nimeshindwa. And he says, no, don't worry. It's still 2 days. So when we were searching for a house, the place where I live now, we found a very beautiful house, very beautiful modern house, but it was way out of my budget. So guys, from there, I think because I need to connect this and moving out, so I think I'll stop at that. I just want to show you, let me show you. So I was preparing to, this one needs to go to the laundry, and my beds, I was already ready I was packing because I'm so tired. So that is the situation I have. God damn it. That is the situation I have. I already started packing my things, and because I need to move out as quickly as I can by tomorrow. So that is the TV. I need to unmount that and fix that. And also, guys, I am selling this couch. I don't know where to sell it. I think Gigi, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's 2 days now. It's 2 days. I am frustrated, and I am frustrated. I call my boyfriend. I tell him, sijapata nyumba. And while we were looking for a house, there was this nice, very modern, extremely modern house that we really loved, but it was way over my budget. So we didn't we just looked at it, we admired it, it was awesome, we were in awe, we loved it, and then we just left because it was way above what I wanted to spend money rent on. So we left, but we didn't find a house. So the next day again, I go out and house hunt, and we just reach a place and we sit down and we say, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then my boyfriend calls me and asks, have you found a house? No. So what are you gonna do? We had planned out with my boyfriend what we are gonna do if we don't find a house. So he says we'll just go with the other what we had said earlier, and I'm like, okay. So if we do not find a house by that time. So the next day, I'm telling you. The next day, no, not the next day, that exact day, I get, oh, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna say it? I do not want to put all my business out there, because so you can judge me. No. So, okay, something just happens, and now we are able to afford that house. So that is a story for another day. I promise you, I will promise me in by the time, okay, let's get to, when you get to 1,000 subscribers, right? When you get to 1,000 subscribers, I will tell you that story. Please remind me. I will tell you how we went about the house. I promise you. So, now we are able to afford that house. So we are moving to that house. So that's why I was trying to pack, because I'm supposed to move tomorrow. So that is why I was trying to pack. And also, I need to go to work. So guys, I will see you on my next video. The next video will be the new house tour. Stay tuned, because it's gonna be amazing. And guys, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Please comment, what do you want to see? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want? Which experience? What are your questions with that experience that I had moving with trouble? Okay guys, I am supposed to go to work. I had not much time to make this video, but I just wanted to utilize the little amount of time I had. And please guys, let's get to maybe 500. We try 500, right? We try 500 subscribers. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel and be a part of this journey of mine. So basically, I have shown you what I needed to show you because I needed to make a video before I moved out of this house, and I have done just that. So see you in my next video. Bye.